Welcome back to the Roar Podcast Sports Edition. I am Brayton Bowen, and I'm joined with
Toby Meyer
and Alex Juarez.
Special guest Alex is back on the show for the second time. The first time he was on, we talked about our predictions for the NFL playoffs, and at the time of this recording is the 1st of February, and we have a Super Bowl matchup set. We have divisional rounds that were crazy, and the conference championship, which was even more crazy, and then, well, we'll just say it, Tom Brady has retired officially as of right now. But who knows what's actually going to happen with
It's
that.
official. He announced it.
Yeah, so we're going to get into the we're going to talk a little bit about the divisional games. There was one that was extremely exciting. Well, there was a couple really exciting games.
All of them came down to the wire.
Yeah, they all did. They were all within one-score games. Every single
field goal, every one.
Every single game from the divisional and conference championship were settled within 3 points, except for the overtime game, which is Bills and Chiefs, which
still ended in a field goal.
The field goal tied it. But
let's get to the Cincy and Tennessee.
Okay.
Honestly, I think this game was just all about Titans self-destructing.
Yeah, it was kind of just like a defensive show, to be honest with you. It was Derrick Henry's first game back, and he did get 20 carries, but he only got 62 yards.
Honestly, they should have given Dante Foreman more carries. 4 carries, 66 yards.
Yeah, he busted that one long
and
one.
Ryan Tannehill threw 3 picks. He's lucky that A.J. Brown bailed him out. This game would have been decided already.
Yeah. And then the Bengals, I mean, Joe Burrow, he did not throw for a touchdown pass. He threw 1 pick, but he did throw for 350 yards.
Yep, and Joe Mixon ran in like 12 yards out. Chase had 100 yards, T. Higgins. And Bengals just have weapons.
I think Derrick Henry coming back was good, but he had been out for so long.
I felt like it kind of held him back.
Yeah, he just wasn't gelled. I mean, he was not in a rhythm. He didn't have any games going in. I mean,
yeah.
And also Ryan Tannehill, you're just not winning games when that guy's your quarterback. He just can't do it.
I mean, that's fair, I guess. On to the next one, the 49ers and Packers. This was a very boring game.
My God.
Jimmy Garoppolo for $131. I mean, that's not really an impressive stat line, but he won the game 13-10.
In Lambeau.
Again.
Another team that self-destructed. The Packers' special teams has not been good all year. So the Packers, they could have got more points, but they had their field goal blocked by the end and a half. Then the special teams just completely unloads, and they blocked the punt for the touchdown.
Yeah, so that's the game right there, literally.
Special teams wins in close games.
Yeah, I know. Rodgers only threw for 225, no touchdowns, but no picks. Kind of just like a very average game. I mean, we've seen Rodgers do special things in the playoffs. This was nothing.
No, not bad.
Speaking of Rodgers, where's he going?
I don't know, but I think the Packers era is over. They're $45 million over the cap. Rodgers is gone. Adams is gone. Valdez-Scantley's gone. Like, who else is a free agent?
I don't know, but I just got breaking news that Caleb Williams is transferred to USC with Lincoln Riley.
Oh,
so big fella Alex is not feeling good.
Which I'm an Oklahoma fan.
UCLA is stealing the Sooners.
USC.
USC.
All right, let's move into the Rams and Buccaneers.
Yeah, this one I thought was a very good game as well. I mean, Cooper Kupp was Cooper Kupp. He's putting on a historic year.
9 catches, $183.
Tom Brady's last NFL game.
That is true. If this
holds.
It will hold.
I think it will.
He officially announced it. All right, but as for this game, I think the flaws were this for the Bucs. They just had too many injuries on offense. I mean, literally,
no Antonio Brown.
Yeah, he decided to walk off with Chris Godwin's injury. But the Rams almost blew this completely.
They did. It was
4 fumbles.
Yeah, should have had the game won, but well before it was over.
And then
Cam Akers only had
2 yards to carry. He fumbled twice, and Jalen Ramsey got burnt toast by Mike Evans.
Yeah.
He's lucky. They're lucky that Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp just have that chemistry.
Yeah, that has been something special this year. Cooper Kupp has elevated his game in a ridiculous way. It's crazy.
Route running.
At the very beginning, he torched the Colts.
Running, catching the ball, unblocking.
Well, the Colts defense is subpar.
Yeah.
We can talk about Eberflus leaving too here in a minute. Since we're all Colts fans.
Yep.
The horse.
But how about Bills and Chiefs? This one was just crazy.
Man, this was the game. This is, in my opinion, this was the best game.
You have 2 massive talents at quarterback just going after each other.
Here's the
7
thing,
total touchdowns.
I mean, we got to hit on the overtime thing. Like,
yeah,
there's got to be something done.
Let's just change it to college rules.
I 100% agree.
Similar to college, I'll say put it at the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
So you have to drive down the field to some degree, and the kickers.
We'll tug of war at the 50.
Like Madden?
Yes, like Madden.
Okay, stop it. But let's be for real. I think this game just came down to which team was going to make a mistake, and the Bills made a mistake, and here's why.
They didn't win the coin toss. That's a mistake.
No. The last 13 seconds. Remember when Patrick Mahomes drove that down the field for field goal range of 13 seconds? The Bills decided to have 4 pass rushers. They did not realize that the Chiefs had all 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
So the middle of the field was open, and Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill just
were able to just get down the middle of the seam and just get down and call a quick timeout.
Yeah, but that was a crazy game. Like, how many touchdowns there were in the last 2 minutes?
I don't know, but Mahomes had 3 and Josh Allen threw for 4.
And Gabriel Davis had the game of his life.
Yeah, 200 yards and 4 tutties.
That's a playoff record if you didn't know.
It is.
Yeah, 4 receiving touchdowns. Not even guys like Jerry Rice and Randy Moss could do it.
Wow. Tyreek Hill had 150 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah,
Byron Pringle had a touchdown.
Byron Pringle.
Travis Kelce had that touchdown, obviously.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal game. I was like, what am I watching? Like, this game is just.
It's a piece of history, is what you watched.
Yeah, it was exciting. Now on to the AFC Championship game. Let's go with the Bengals and the Chiefs.
Alrighty.
Pretty sure this is the exact opposite of what everybody expected.
Yeah, I mean, let's just be real.
Patrick Mahomes, that's the worst I've seen him. Well, not the worst.
The second half was the worst.
I don't know
the first half, I'll fall. This game's a loss. It's 21-3. Yeah. Like, the Chiefs are just bang, 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 bang,
dink and dunk everywhere.
Pretty routine, I feel like. We were like, oh, yeah, Chiefs.
And then I think that screen. There are 2 things I think that helped the Bengals. That screen pass to Samaje Perine, former center, by the way. And then the Chiefs, with 5 seconds to go late in the first half, they decided to
go for 6. Yeah,
and not even take a shot in the end zone. Like, not even a quick pass to the end zone. They did a behind pass to Tyreek Hill. You're going nowhere. No timeouts. Time runs out. In the second half, the Chiefs' offense just completely ran out of sync, and Joe Burrow just showed you what he was about.
Joe Shiesty.
He's the real. A lot of Bengals are going, who they?
That play before the half that you said, where they held him essentially on the goal line, that might be.
That was a play of the game.
Play of the game. Yeah. I mean, it really you know how much. I mean, they score there, and it's what 28-3 or
28-10.
28-10. Okay, that 21-10 versus 28-10 is a huge difference. You know how much confidence that had to give them going into the.
Exactly. Yeah, and that bank. What a story of the Bengals. I saw them going nowhere. But Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd.
The defense.
They have Trey Hendrickson out there, Hubbard. Dude, in the second half, literally the Bengals were playing QB contain all game long. They were just getting 8 guys clamping up. Like, the final drive of the Chiefs, I'm like, how are none of the Chiefs receivers wide open? The Bengals just clamped them up completely. So Mahomes just kept having to eat it. And then Jesse Bates with a phenomenal breakup on Tyreek Hill for Von Bell to get the interception, and the Bengals won by Evan McPherson, they nicknamed him Shooter McPherson.
How many game-winning kicks has he had this postseason?
2.
2? And then he had, 4 in the regular season or something like that?
I think so, but I'll say 2 game-winning kicks in 2 weeks.
Insane. Both playoffs.
Man.
That's
why you draft a kicker.
Yeah, 5th rounder, right?
Yeah, 5th round. Yep.
5th round pick.
Pretty high pick.
For a kicker, I mean.
Insane.
Yep. That is crazy. And then the last conference championship was the Los Angeles Rams and San Francisco 49ers, which as a Colts fan, this just seems weird because the Colts beat the 49ers and they hung with the Rams until the very end when Jacob Eason came in, which screwed Jacob Eason. When Jacob Eason came in and threw a pick.
Yeah, but this game was all about the quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford is legit. Jimmy G is not.
Mm-hmm.
And someone's got to feel bad for Jaquiski Tartt. Because remember, you saw that Jaquiski Tartt dropped a pick where Stafford grossly underthrew Van Jefferson.
Yeah.
That could have changed the game.
Yeah.
But once again, Cooper Kupp had himself another game. 11 catches, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns. OBJ had his coming out party.
Yeah, 113.
OBJ kind of shut up a lot of narratives. Yeah. You just see him late in the game where he was kind of consulting with Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, I did see that.
Sportsmanship, man.
Yeah. I think Odell Beckham, he got humbled when he went to the Browns. And, I mean, Baker hasn't been his best these past couple years.
Baker's been average at best, especially last year.
And he wasn't throwing the ball to Odell, so, I mean.
Get him out of there.
We all know what Odell Beckham has been. He's been formerly the best receiver in the NFL. And we know he still has a lot in the tank, and he's proven it. 9 catches, 113 yards in a conference championship game. Now he's got a chance to go to the Super Bowl, which he's never had the chance to do that before.
And now with the Giants who like to derp on everything.
Derp.
Same with Matt Stafford. He had himself a game. Stafford's chance.
This is Stafford's first year out of Detroit, and he's already going to the Super Bowl.
That just goes to show. I saw something on social media where that just goes to show how bad the Lions franchise is.
I know. You know how the Lions are so sad?
Why?
Their 2 best players of all time retire early and want nothing to do with you. Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
They're just total irrelevant.
Yeah, like I think that's an upper management issue. It's not.
I think it's ownership.
I agree.
Yeah,
It's front office stuff that they got to change some things.
They're just so inept.
And it doesn't help that they're in Cincinnati. It's just like
Detroit.
And Cincinnati, they changed their narrative because I used to make fun of them calling them the Bungles because they bungle everything in the playoffs. They shut up all the narratives.
They even shut you up a little bit.
Yeah, I was proven wrong twice.
Yeah,
Alex has his Bengal orange on today.
he does. Alex is
Yeah,
rocking that
and
blue.
I swear to
Not
God,
blue.
this is not bandwagon. I know Bengals fan.
Alex is a Bengals bandwagon confirmed.
Joe Shiesty.
Absolutely not. Yeah, don't give me shit with the Colts. The Colts should be hanging the banner. 2021 missed the playoffs because we couldn't beat the 2-14 Jags. What is up with those silly banners?
They want to celebrate for going 10-6 and making them wild card. I mean, I don't really know what's up with that, but
Brings us to the Super Bowl.
indeed it
Matchup
does.
is set, baby. LA. Another home. So last year, first time ever a home team played, or the stadium hosted the home team for the Super Bowl. Now 2 years in a row with the odds.
Yeah, this time it's the Rams. This was I can't wait.
And the Rams are going to be quote unquote the away team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch. This is going to be one of the best Super Bowl. This is probably going to be the best Super Bowl I may have watched since the Eagles and the Patriots. I personally can't wait to watch Matthew Stafford versus Joe Burrow. Which one's going to come on top? I will say, if there's like there was a post I saw like you're down by 6, you're down by 6 when 1 minute to go. Who would you want your quarterback?
Peyton Manning.
All time?
Like no,
Or quarterbacks in the
no,
NFL
I'm
right
talking
now.
Stafford or Burrow.
Oh.
Stafford.
Yeah.
Give me Joe Burrow.
Stop.
I think the Rams are going to win this game because I think the Rams have more depth.
You
more
told me earlier
experience.
today you thought the Rams were going to win.
That's what he said.
And that's what I'm saying now.
Oh,
but
they said Bengals.
No.
I do rather have Joe Burrow, and that's what makes the Bengals. You can't take him out as a threat because Joe Burrow is that dude.
Mm-hmm.
You saw it with LSU, and we'll see if it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to watch.
If he wins this, he'll be the first quarterback in history to win the Heisman, College National Championship, and then the Super Bowl in 3 years.
And
3 years
if
too,
Joe
yeah.
Burrow does win Super Bowl, he'll be the third only quarterback to win a national title and a Super Bowl. You want to know the 2 other ones?
Who?
Joe Namath and Joe Montana.
Hall of Famers.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I do think Joe Namath was overrated. Don't get me started.
Okay, well, he's in elite conversation, so you got to give credit to where credit is due.
He did guarantee the Colts.
Yeah. All right. So give me your score. Give me your score prediction, Alex.
I think the problem is going to be matchups. I think the Rams can match up well with the Bengals. I think the Rams are going to win 31-21. But this one, I won't be shocked if the outcome is reversed.
All right. I'm gonna take the Rams 31-27.
Yeah, I've got the Rams also. I'll go 30. I think it's a game until the fourth quarter. 35-24 LA.
Yeah,
Okay,
same
24.
as well. Because the Bengals will not give up as long as Joe Burrow's the quarterback.
They got a really young core, so
You can't.
Future's
They're
so bright.
I think the only thing the Bengals need to really address is their offensive line.
did you see that the Cincinnati public schools are going to let their kids out
That's awesome.
the day of the Super Bowl or the day after the Super Bowl or something like that? They're not going to have school.
That's awesome.
That's gonna be.
It's real.
Yeah.
The anticipation's real.
Yeah, folks in Cincinnati are going crazy right now. I don't blame them. Their last Super Bowl appearance was 1988. They got their hearts broken by Joe Montana.
Well, shoot, their last playoff win was
1990.
exactly.
My
So
goodness.
this isn't just like
The good old Icky shuffle. The Rams they had some few successes, but they were not in LA during St. Louis.
Yeah.
So this was really LA's first real playoff, really much since 1983 when the Raiders were in LA.
Yeah.
They crushed the Redskins.
the Rams.
So where do the Chargers play at?
They play in LA. They play the same stadium as the Rams.
That's what I thought.
So yeah, LA is just. I mean, you got the the Dodgers, who are good every year.
You
You got
have
the Lakers.
the Lakers, who
they're
are
always
grand.
at least, they're the Lakers.
They're average this year.
You
but
have the Angels, who like spending money at everything and lose.
Who are wasting Mike Trout's career.
I know, my goodness.
Unbelievable.
Imagine Mike
I
Trout,
can't
unlike the
believe that.
Yankees.
Oh my
You know the
gosh.
Yankees are supposed to have Mike Trout.
I know.
They traded the pick away.
It's just insane. Just think about that. Mike Trout has
my
never
goodness.
played a playoff game, has he?
He
Yeah,
played
he played,
once, and then
yeah.
I think they lost.
They
I don't
lost.
know which team. it
He's
was.
never really done. I mean, that's just sad.
He's never had a real shot to be a hero in a playoff game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just
even
awful.
with Shohei Ohtani, you're still going nowhere. That team is just not good.
That's only 2 players. You got to have more than 2
Well,
players.
Exactly.
we'll have to make an episode on baseball, on preseason
Spring training
updates,
preview.
and, yeah, projections, what we think's going to happen, and we can talk about. Well, MLB's in a lockout at the moment, which is ridiculous, but
Which it's bad. The last time they were in the lockout was 1994, and it was a disaster for major. The baseball cannot afford a significant amount of games missed because baseball is already trying very hard to compete with the NBA and the NFL and even college football. I think.
yeah.
And if significant games are going to be missed, Major League Baseball is going to have a lot of work to do.
Major League Baseball's already missing a generation of fans, in my opinion.
Yes. It's like after the late '90s and the early 2000s, baseball's kind of winding down.
Yeah,
It's hard. It's hard with baseball too, like especially the MLB.
Also, I think one of the biggest reasons is the whole steroid era and the MLB's response to it is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like
it's been very soft.
Like if you haven't known, like Bonds and Clemens did not get into the Hall of Fame, they'll have to wait for the Veterans Committee, which that'll be years.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
With the MLB, it just drags kind of. It's such a long season. I think, don't get me wrong, like I love watching the MLB playoffs. Like I don't care who's in it or not.
They're fun.
It gets heated, and I think a lot of people watch the World Series. But with MLB dragging on throughout, I mean, it starts in the spring, so you've got March Madness, and then you go straight into.
And then the
PGA Tour is not huge.
then
but
you
golf
got-
throughout summer. Then you got football starts, college football, and everybody's going to watch the NFL. Every
And
day.
baseball is still going on.
It's still going on.
and then in May, and
So
like
it just
around,
kind of sits in the background.
then around May and early June, you got the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, so it's just so hard to compete. And
Yeah, but also I just think the players are just not as big market as they were in the steroid era.
Alrighty, well, we'll definitely have to make an episode on Major League Baseball and have to dig deeper into this, and hopefully by the time that we do that the lockout has been resolved, and hopefully that there's been a lot of free agent signings and trades and all that fun stuff that usually happens in the offseason that we're all missing right now because of the lockout.
Mhm.
But thank you guys so much for listening. I don't even really know what episode this is, to be honest with you, but we had a good talk today about the NFL playoffs and recap and talking about the Super Bowl, as it's going to be a very exciting matchup. Young quarterbacks. Well, Matthew Stafford's not young, but he's young in this new system, so I would consider him kind of young in it. And we'll see how it goes. And thank you guys so much.
let us know Indiana Hoosiers should be ranked.
Purdue, baby. Purdue going to win March Madness.